Mobile Operations Camper. You could call it something like that. And I'm talking about aliens. A viewer friend of mine had referred me to Dulce Base, Dulce? I don't know exactly how it's pronounced. Reminds me of the seaweed that's actually spelled D-U-L-S-E. Now, I just looked it up on the map, this Dulce Base, and I found it. And I've been doing some research on it. I'm actually kind of close to the place. And then I refreshed my memory on another book that I read, which is a transcript of communications with the aliens that came during the Roswell incident in early July 1947. So I'm kind of making a comparison between those, but from what I hear about the Dulce Base, it's an alien base that is deep in the earth. It's about 2 or 2.5 miles down, although it seems like parts of it are not as deep. So these chambers, they either occur there or they're created artificially with some kind of technology. And apparently, from one thing that I read, is that the aliens were there for millions of years. So this is not a new thing for them at all. With America coming and creating their own military facility, secret, it's supposed to be secret, and they are mixing it in with what the aliens have there already. And this is based on some kind of an agreement or a treaty that was made illegally. It was unconstitutional, and this was signed in interspecies kind of diplomacy, and it's under the Eisenhower administration. But if you go back to connect this to the Roswell incident, first of all, the beings that were in there have synthetic bodies. That's what the alien interview says from the transcript. What it's saying about the Dulce Alien Base, they are also considered grays. And I don't know too much about their bodies, but there's a lot of information going around that they really can't be trusted, and that the government should not have made this deal with them, this interchange, for whatever reason, because the aliens are always breaking all the rules, and therefore they're showing their true colors. They can't be trusted. Why they just stay down there, I'm not sure. Originally, when they were encountered and this interaction happened, what they wanted was a few cows and other people that they would experiment on, or whatever they do with it for their, I guess, life cycle or something gruesome, So these people disappear, but the government has the list of who they are, and when they really broke the rules, the aliens broke the rules, they were just taking people, many more who were not on the list, so they would have to be considered just missing or kidnapped or abducted. Nowadays you would say, well, aliens abducted them, or UFOs did. So I don't understand how there could be some that float around. Some of them are inside the earth. They do talk about a hollow earth. Other people have that tradition or that philosophy, that theory. So if there is a hollow earth, then maybe they're in there. Maybe the universe is just inside out. I don't understand gravity. I don't think anybody else does either. Now, when it comes to this base, I only know the generalities about it. I really can't speak a whole lot, but I'm very interested to go through the information. I don't know yet whether it's totally disinformation, whether it's, you know, a distortion from something that is factual. I know that about the greys, what they call greys, the alien beings, they're either synthetic bodies that they're controlling remotely from other planetary systems, or or grays can mean anything. Grays are not necessarily good, and grays are not necessarily from one area of the universe. Grays are like from anywhere. The color gray does not denote good or bad. So I think people have to be very careful about that, because I've heard other erroneous definitions on the idea of grays. You know, grays being good, grays being peaceful, grays being from whatever star system. Take your pick of what star you think. But apparently grays is just very generic. Grays, that is generally the color spectrum that they give off, just because of the lighting that we're used to in our eyes. It just appears to us as gray. And again, I said and or, this is their synthetic bodies. So if it is that, that material will show up as gray. This can be controlled by any star system who has that superior technology. We don't have that yet. But from what I understand, though, that is the thing that's controlling any of their craft. Starcraft, aircraft, UFOs, that their actual bodies are probably not really like the earthly bodies that we have here on the planet. They are in their own places of the universe and exist differently. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's possible, but it's you have to kind of figure these things out. You have to be creative, with this. There's like a blur between what's science fiction and science. So oftentimes, science fiction is seen as predictive or futuristic. So that's what I know about it, and the key figure that I'm hearing is Phil Schneider, and Phil Schneider was some kind of an expert in engineering, and he also knew how to do explosives. So he was involved with building these top secret military bases, and they're underground bases. So the Dulce Base is the main one, Dulce, New Mexico. And I'll show you. It's what's on this side? It's near the border with Colorado. So am I going to go poke around there? Am I going to look around? I'm not going to say right now what I'm doing or what I've already done. I'm just giving you the basics, and anyone that wants to comment or fill me in on what you know, feel free. Thanks for watching.